Don't let today steal your smile. Don't let one failure define your life. The road is longer than one mistake. The story is greater than one heartbreak. Lift your eyes, the sky is still wide. Hope has never left your side. Be of good cheer. The night is only passing through. Every sunrise carries a chance the world has never seen before. One more step, one more dream, one more reason to believe again. The seed beneath the soil looks like nothing until the spring calls its name. The strongest trees were once invisible, growing quietly below the ground. I learned that failure isn't a destination. It's a lesson disguised as disappointment. Every closed door points somewhere new. Every wrong turn teaches another truth. Don't count today's losses. So breathe deeply, stand again, trust the unseen. Keep moving, the future belongs to those who refuse to surrender. One day you'll look back and realize today's defeat was quietly preparing tomorrow's victory. So smile even now, because your best chapter may begin with the sunrise that's waiting for tomorrow.
The world keeps handing out mirrors, showing who you should become. Be stronger, faster, prettier, always chasing someone. 1,000 voices calling from every screen and light, telling you you're not enough unless you win the fight. So you wear 100 faces, trying to belong somehow, forgetting who you really are beneath the noise somehow. And every time you change yourself to fit somebody else's view, a little piece of your heart wonders what happened to the real me too. But listen closely. You don't have to be anyone else. You don't have to play a part. You don't have to earn your value by breaking your own heart. The world already has everyone else. What it needs is you, not a copy of another life, but the person honest and true. I remember chasing shadows, trying to become enough, comparing every weakness to somebody else's strength. I thought if I changed everything, maybe I'd finally belong. Maybe I deserved the happiness I'd wanted all along. But the harder I kept pretending, the more empty I became. Because no matter how well I acted, it never felt the same. Then one quiet day I realized a truth both simple and deep. The things I called my flaws were part of what made me me. my spirit, no one else could talk. A flower doesn't apologize for blooming as a rose. A star doesn't envy another for how brightly it glows. Nature never compares itself, it simply becomes what it is. And maybe we were meant to live with that same kind of peace. Honestly, the greatest freedom is letting go at last of trying to be somebody else and embracing your own path. Not perfect, not flawless, not stronger than everyone you see, just growing every day into who you're meant to be, because your worth was never hidden in achievements or applause. It lives inside your existence without conditions or because. So stop fighting your reflection, stop wishing you were new. The world may try to change you, but your greatest strength has always been that you are you. And maybe that's enough. Maybe that's everything.
I spent years chasing my own name, thinking that was the winning game. More success, a little more fame, maybe then I'd feel okay. But every moment that felt real had nothing to do with what I achieved. It was helping someone through the rain, watching a tide smile return again. Funny how the heart comes alive when it beats for more than just itself inside. Real living starts when we give more than we take from this world. But in every hand we choose to hold, in every kindness softly shown, because the richest souls I've seen are the ones who help others breathe. A mother staying up all night, a stranger stopping to ask you alright, a friend who listens when you break, love hidden in the smallest ways. The world keeps turning cold sometimes, but human hearts still carry light. And maybe that's why we are here, to leave each other less alone in fear. Purpose often arrives quietly inside acts of humanity. Real life is not standing above, but standing beside the ones we love. Not only chasing dreams alone, but helping someone else hold on, because meaning grows somehow when we lift another soul from falling down. What if the secret is a glory?
yeah. I used to curse the mountain standing right in front of me, like life had turned against my name and stolen what I dreamed. I asked why the road was harder, why the gate was locked so tight, why the sky gave me a storm when I was reaching for the light. But walls don't come to the hopeless, they don't stand where courage dies. They appear before the people who still have the strength to climb. If there's a wall before me, maybe it means I'm meant to grow. Maybe life can see a power I have not learned yet to know. Walls come to the ones who can rise, to the hearts with fire still alive. If I can face it, I can break through. If it found me, I can move. This is not the end of my way. This is where my chance begins. Every wall that stands before me is a door I haven't opened yet. I used to think resistance was a sign I should retreat, but pressure makes the diamond, and the climb makes strong the feet. The ones who never challenge never meet the highest stone, but the dreamers find the barriers because they dare to leave the known. So I won't fear the struggle, I won't bow beneath the weight. If this wall has come to meet me, then I'll call it by its name. Not a curse, not a warning, not a reason to let go, but a chance to prove the fire that was buried in my soul. Walls come to the ones who can rise, to the hearts with fire still alive. If I can face it, I can break through. If it found me, I can move. This is not the end of my way. This is where my chance begins. Every wall that stands before me is a door I haven't opened yet. Let the stone be high, let the night be long, let the world say no. I will prove them wrong. I was not chosen for the easy, I was called into the climb, and the wall that tried to stop me will become the proof I tried. Walls come to the ones who can rise, to the hearts with fire still alive. If I can face it, I can break through. If it found me, I can move. This is not the end of my way. This is where my chance begins. Every wall that stands before me is a door I haven't opened yet. So when I see a wall, I won't call it defeat, I'll call it a chance made just for me. Walls come to the ones who can rise, and I was born to climb. I tried to add a little more layers on what I had before, chasing lines that felt complete. until I couldn't feel the beat. Every color, every sound started blurring all around, and what I thought would make me shine just hid the truth I couldn't find. You don't see it in the noise, you hear it when it's stripped to voice. Less is everything you need when you let the excess leave. True beauty doesn't try too hard. It's quiet, clear, and sharp. You don't need to complicate to show the depth you create. Sometimes the highest form you'll find is what you chose to leave behind. I watched the ones who didn't try to fill the room, to steal the light. They stood in calm, they didn't prove, and still the world began to move. No wasted words, no borrowed face, just something real you couldn't replace. A kind of strength that doesn't shout but never fades or burns out. Elegance is not in show, it's in what you choose to let go. Less is everything that stays when you clear the crowded space. It's not the loud, it's not the grand, it's the steady, simple hand. You don't need to overstate what's already resonating. The purest lines are always drawn with the least to hold them on. The word will tell you, add some more to be, more to show. But the finest things endure because they stay simple and pure. Not what you pile on the frame, but what remains when you erase. Less is everything that lasts, beyond the noise, beyond the past. No decoration, no disguise, just truth seen through your eyes. Because the clearest things we find are the ones we simplified. So take it back, strip it away, let the real be what remains. Because in the end you'll always see the simplest form is mastery.
When the night won't let you breathe and the weight won't let you leave, every road is closing in, like there's nowhere left to win. When the silence feels too loud and you're lost inside the crowd, like your voice till you can. Sometimes just a single word is where it all began. Hope again, hope, let it carry you back home. Every time you call it out, you are stronger than the doubt. Hope again, hope, it's the fire you can hold. Even in the darkest place, it will never fade away. Again.
It's how you keep your feet on the ground. Dreams like that never work out. Be smart, stay safe, know your place. Don't go chasing outer space. But every wall they built before us was broken by someone who tried. Every rule they called reality was rewritten over time. If the world says it can't be done, maybe that's where change begins. Be realistic, demand the impossible. Reach so high, it feels unstoppable. Every revolution starts inside a fearless heart. Don't just live the life they plan, break the limits, take a stand. The impossible is only real until someone changes what we feel. Every dreamer looked crazy before the whole world understood. Every fire starts as a whisper before it burns through the dark for good. You don't change the future by obeying every line. You change it when you dare to see beyond what they define. Every mountain ever climbed started with someone defying time. Be realistic, demand the impossible. Even when the road feels unbreakable, every vision starts unseen before it becomes reality. Don't let fear decide your fate. Don't let normal make you wait. The impossible is just a name for something no one's done today. Yeah, they laugh before they listen, doubt before they understand. But history belongs forever to the ones who took a stand. So if your heart says go tonight, then run beyond the edge of light. Be realistic, demand the impossible. Turn your scars into something powerful. Every giant leap begins with the courage deep within. Don't just dream, ignite the sky. Live so loud your fear can't hide. The impossible will someday fall because someone dared to want it all. Demand the impossible and make the world believe.
I used to stand in someone else's shadow, looking up like they were made of stars. Every victory they earned felt impossible to touch, so I kept watching instead of walking. Admiration is beautiful, but if you stay there, you'll never know how far you can go. Don't worship the mountain, become the climber. Don't chase the light, become the fire. I wasn't born to copy a legend, I was born to write my own. I've learned that heroes were once beginners too. They weren't untouchable, they simply refused to stop climbing. One more sunrise, one more step, one more chance to surpass yesterday. The distance between dreams and realities crossed by courage, not admiration. If I only admire, I'll never arrive. If I only compare, I'll never create. The sky has room for another star. Why shouldn't it be mine? Respect the ones who came before, but don't build your home at their feet. Build your own path, leave your own footprints, sing your own song. Because history never remembers the best imitator, it remembers the one who dared to become themselves. So let admiration become inspiration, and let inspiration become action. One day, someone else will look at your journey the way you once looked at theirs.
I've been staring at the doorway, like the answers in the frame, turning every maybe over, till the fire became a flame. There's a time to weigh the weather, there's a time to read the signs, but a dream can die from waiting on the safer side of life. I've been careful with my courage, I've been quiet with my call, but the moment doesn't stay there, it won't wait for me at all. So I'll breathe in the silence, let the doubt run thin. When the hour calls my name, I'll stop thinking and go in. Take your time to know the reason, take your time to choose the road, but when the door swings open, don't stand there in the cold. Move with your heart wide open, run where the fear begins. When the time for action comes, stop thinking and go in. I don't need a perfect answer, I don't need a flawless plan. Sometimes life becomes a teacher only after you begin. Every step will show the next one, every fall will make you wise, but nothing ever changes if you never cross the line. I've been waiting for the lightning, for a sign across the sky, but maybe faith is just deciding that today is worth a try. So I'll leave the hesitation where the old me has been. When the hour calls my name, I'll stop thinking and go in. Take your time to know the reason, take your time to choose the road, but when the door swings open, don't stand there in sunrise. I can question every star, but the only way to find it is to move from where we are. So let the fear be present, but never let it win. When the moment turns to motion, I'll stop thinking and go in. Take your time to know the reason. Take your time to choose the road. But when the door swings open, don't stand there in the cold. Move with your heart wide open. Run where the fear begins. When the time for action comes, stop thinking and go in. Stop thinking, go in. Let the new life begin. Stop thinking, go in. Feel the courage under your skin. The road won't open forever. The chance won't always shine. So when the time for action comes, I'll go in with all that's mine. I used to wait for better days before I let myself smile, like joy was somewhere far away, waiting at the end of miles. I thought the heart had to be healed before it learned to sing, but sometimes laughter lights the match before you feel a thing. A little laugh in heavy weather, a foolish grin against the rain, can open up a hidden window and let the sunlight in again. We don't laugh because we're happy. Maybe happiness begins right there, in the sound of a broken heart, learning how to breathe new air. Laugh until the light comes. Laugh until the clouds move on. Sometimes joy is not the reason. Sometimes joy is born from the song. Let the world be loud and messy. Let the day go wrong again. I'll find a spark inside the chaos and turn the trouble into wind. Not every smile is easy. Not every joke is bright. But even in the darkest room, a laugh can start a light. So I'll dance with my disasters. I'll tease the tears I've cried. I'll let the little silly moments pull me back to life. We don't laugh because we're happy. Maybe happiness begins right there, in the sound of a broken heart, learning how to breathe new air. Laugh until the light comes. Laugh until the clouds move on. Sometimes joy is not the reason. Sometimes joy is born from the song. If sorrow sits beside me, I won't push it all away. I'll take its hand and whisper, we can still laugh today. 'Cause laughter is a doorway, a small and golden key. It doesn't mean life's perfect. It means the heart is free. We don't laugh because we're happy. Maybe happiness begins right there, in the sound of a broken heart, learning how to breathe new air. Laugh until the light comes. Sometimes joy is born from the soul. So laugh when the road gets heavy. Laugh when the night feels long. Laugh like your soul remembers it was never meant to stay gone. We don't laugh because we're happy. We're happy because we laugh. A smile can start the sunrise and lead the heart back home.
If I could tell the world one thing, one truth before I'm gone, it wouldn't be about success or where you should belong. It wouldn't be about being perfect or always getting it right. It would be about the courage to keep showing up and fight. Because every dream we're chasing, every mountain ever climbed, was built by hearts refusing to surrender over time. Not all at once, not overnight, not through luck alone, but through effort, faith, and purpose carried deep within the soul. Put your heart into it and keep moving toward the light. The road may test your spirit, but don't give up the fight. Because more is possible than you may realize today. The heart that keeps believing will always find a way. I remember feeling powerless, thinking I was far behind. Looking at the distance instead of what was mine. But every small step mattered, every lesson, every scar, every moment I kept going brought me closer than I thought I was. Oh, the strongest people I've ever known were not the most gifted ones. They were the ones who kept on trying long after others were done. The ones who worked in silence when nobody could see. The ones who trusted effort more than certainty. 'Cause talent may open a door, but dedication keeps it open wide. And the fire inside your heart can carry you through the night. Honestly, the world is changed by ordinary people who decide to give everything they have to the dream they hold inside. A teacher changing one life, an artist touching a soul. A dreamer building something new, piece by piece toward a goal. Great things don't begin with greatness, they begin with a choice. A choice to keep believing in your own voice. A choice to keep working when results are nowhere near. A choice to move forward despite uncertainty and fear. So if you're listening now and wondering if you can, remember this simple truth before you make your plans. You are capable of more than your doubts would have you believe. In the future belongs to people who refuse to stop believe. Give your heart completely. Give your effort every day. And even if the journey's long, don't turn away. 'Cause miracles often look like years of unseen work, and dreams become reality for those who know their worth. So this is my message every soul beneath the sky. Work hard, love deeply, believe greatly, and put your whole heart into what you do. Because when you do, there is almost nothing you cannot achieve. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I stood at the edge of doubt with the mountain in my eyes. The road ahead looked endless, disappearing into the sky. My heart was filled with questions, my mind was filled with fear, wondering if I had the strength to make it through another year. The distance felt impossible, the summit far away, and every dream I carried seemed too heavy for that day. But then I took one small step, just one, into the unknown, and suddenly I realized I wasn't standing still alone. If you can take one step forward, you can take one more. And if you can take one more, you can reach a distant shore. Don't focus on the mountain, don't count how far to go. Just trust the strength inside you and keep moving slow. I used to think that courage meant never feeling fear, that heroes walk through darkness without a single tear. But courage is much simpler and stronger than it seems. It's taking one more step ahead while carrying your dreams. One more page to study, one more mile to run, one more try tomorrow when today's battle isn't won. One more sunrise greeted, one more lesson learned, one more spark protected when the world says let it burn. Because no great journey happens in a single giant leap. It's built through countless little steps, repeated day by day deep. The river reaches oceans by moving inch by inch. The tallest trees grow slowly and never seem to flinch. And honestly, the secret to every goal achieved is not extraordinary power, it's refusing to leave. Oh. Refusing to stop walking, refusing to turn back, refusing to let one failure convince you that you lack the strength you need. Tomorrow may not be here today, but tomorrow's strength is built by walking anyway. So when the road feels endless and your hope begins to bend, don't think about the finish line, just think about the next step again. Because every dream you've ever loved, every mountain you can't see, will someday be behind you if you move consistently. One step becomes 100, 100 becomes a mile becomes a journey that makes the struggle worthwhile. So take a breath and trust yourself. The path is not too far, because can take one step, you can take one more, and one more, until the impossible becomes your reality. They told me what was possible. They drew a line for me, a place where dreams should safely end, a limit I should see. They said just do what's expected, just meet the standards set. But something deep inside me knew my story wasn't written yet. Because expectations are comfortable, they keep the future small. A fence around potential, a ceiling overall. And if you're only in to meet them, you'll never truly know how far your heart can carry you, or how much you can grow. Expectations aren't meant to be met, they're meant to be surpassed. The greatest journeys start when you move beyond the path. Don't stop at what they think you are, don't stop at what they see. There is a version of yourself still waiting to be free. I remember being underestimated, watching doubt in people's eyes. They saw my present circumstances, but couldn't see my fire inside. And honestly, I don't blame them, because even I had days when fear convinced me quietly to settle for less along the way. But every dream worth chasing lies beyond familiar ground, and every breakthrough happens when comfort can't be found. One more step than they expected, one more hour than before, one more time refusing to walk away from the door. That's where greatness starts, in ordinary days, when somebody chooses effort instead of taking easy ways. The ego doesn't ask permission before it meets the sky. The ocean doesn't stop expanding because someone drew a line. And maybe we're no different, maybe we're meant to rise beyond the labels people place, beyond imagined heights. Because the world changes through people who dare to exceed what others thought was possible and what they thought they need. Not for applause, not for pride, not to prove somebody wrong, but because growth is calling them to become something strong. Honestly, the greatest limits are often in the mind, built from old expectations we've accepted all the time. But once you break through one of them, a whole new world appears, and suddenly the impossible looks smaller than your fears. So don't aim just to satisfy the standards set for you. Aim to become the person only you can become, through hard work, courage, persistence through the storm, a willingness to keep evolving long after others conform. Because history remembers people who went beyond the line, the ones who looked at expectations and said, thank you for the starting point, now watch me go further. I used to wonder why it felt first. Yeah. I kept waiting for the day everything would fall in place. Told myself I feel okay when I found a better way. Chasing something far away, missing what I had today. Like happiness was something new that I had to prove. But what if it's not out there? What if it's right here? Not something I must find, it's something I can't feel. If you wanna be happy, then just be. You don't need a reason or guarantee. It's not in the future, it's not in the past. It's in every moment that you choose to have. You don't need a perfect life or everything to feel right. Every breath you take is proof that it's already in you. Even when it's not so bright, even when you have to fight. Oh, there's a space you can create inside your state. You don't need to earn the joy or wait until you win. Sometimes all it takes is just letting it in. If you wanna be happy, then just be. Let it flow around you naturally. It's not about the world or what you see. It's about the way you choose to be free. What if happiness is now? Not something you allow after everything is done, but something you become. If you want to be happy, then just be right here in this moment, fully free. I don't need a perfect life to finally see that happiness begins inside of me. Just be, just be happy.
When I look into the future, it shines like a rising flame, so bright it burns my eyes, but I keep staring just the same. I've been walking through the midnight with my hands out in the dark. Now the dawn is getting closer and it's roaring in my heart. I can feel the world turning, I can hear tomorrow call. Every dream I thought was distant is lighting up the walls. The future is so bright, it burns my eyes tonight, but I won't look away. I was born to chase that light. Let it blaze, let it glow, let it lead me where I go. If the sunrise makes me blind, I'll still follow what I know. I used to fear the distance, I used to doubt the climb, but hope became a fire, and fire became a sign. There's gold beyond the struggle, there's sky beyond the rain. Every scar I carried with me is reflecting back the flame. I can feel my fear fading, I can feel my spirit rise, like a door swinging open to a life I recognize. The future is so Maybe dreams are meant to dazzle, maybe hope is meant to ache. Maybe greatness feels like fire when the sleeping heart awakes. So I'll step into the burning with a smile against the sky, 'cause the light that overwhelms me is the proof that I'm alive. The future is so bright, it burns my eyes tonight, but I won't look away. I was born to chase that light. Let it blaze, let it glow, let it lead me where I go. If the sunrise makes me blind, I'll still follow what I know. When I look into the future, I see more than I can hold. A horizon full of fire, turning every fear to gold. So bright it burns my eyes, so bright it wakes my soul. I won't run from tomorrow, I'll let the future pull me home.
Yeah, he never tried too hard to shine, never forced a perfect line, just saw something good in you, like it was always true. Didn't judge or turn away, listen more than what he'd say, found the light in every face, in every place. It wasn't something he would show or something he would prove. It was just the way he felt in everything he'd do. He liked to like people, that's who he was, and somehow that feeling came back because when you give your heart without a wall, the world you see begins to call. You don't need to change your face, or in a crowded race. Every kindness that you give shapes the way you live. It's not about the words you say, or playing some kind of game. It's about the way you feel and keeping it real. You don't need to chase the world or make it understand. Sometimes all it takes is just to take a stand. He liked to like people and let it show, and somehow the same light began to grow. Every smile he gave away came back again in ways he didn't expect. From where and when, what you see in others is what you choose to find, and what you choose to give reflects inside. He liked to like people, simple and true, and the world he created came back to him too. It's not about perfection or playing a role, it's about the way you give from your soul. Like people, people, people. Be like.
Laughed and said I couldn't go on, staring at a face that had lost its glow, counting every dream too far to touch, forgetting the fire burning down below. I'm not as strong as the heroes I see, I don't run fast, I don't always win, but somewhere deep inside my chest, a a quiet voice says, don't give in. The line I called my limit was only drawn inside my mind. One step beyond the fear, I know there's a stronger me to find. We can go farther than we ever believed. We can be stronger than the fear we feel. Holding every reason to fall apart. Still we can move, still we can heal. There's a power sleeping in our bones. There's a light beneath the pain. Don't lock yourself in who you were. You are more than you think you can be. Don't be ashamed of the times you fell. Be proud of every time you rose. The scars you carry in your hands are proof you never let it go. Nobody's born already brave. We change while walking through the rain. Even if yesterday said it's impossible, today can break that chain. A heart that knows its weakness can grow deeper than before. To see the world you've never seen, take one step, then one step more. We can go farther than we ever believed. We can be stronger than the fear we feel. Even our failures can guide the way. Even the long road can become real. There's a power sleeping in our bones. There's a fire inside regret. Don't make your world too small to breathe. You are more than you think you can get. Behind the words, I can't do this, there's a part of you that wants to try. Hold one small piece of courage and watch the world begin to rise. Turn yesterday's limit into footprints on the ground. Reach for the sky tomorrow, again and again. Don't back down. We can go farther than we ever believed. We can meet the morning past the dark. Even on the days we almost break, one step can become a spark. There's a power sleeping in our bones, waiting quietly to be free. Don't lock yourself in who you were. You are more than you think you can be. Farther than I know, stronger than I seem. I am more than the fear in me. I am more than I ever dreamed. Don't fear the fall, fear never leaving the ground. Don't fear the scar, fear living without a sound. A broken wing still tells a story of a soul that tried to fly, but a safe heart with no horizon never learns the height of sky. It's not failure that can shame you, it's the dream you never raised. It's the target set too low just to walk through easy days. In a great attempt, even falling can shine like a victory. Better lose while reaching heaven than win where you were never free. too boldly. Let them say you flew too high. Every star was once impossible to the ones who never tried. If the mountain breaks your body, if the road steals all your breath, you can still stand in the ashes with no shame inside your chest. 'Cause it's not failure that can ruin you, it's the aim you never did. It's the dream you made smaller just because the world was scared. Greater times, even falling can become a crown of fire. Better break while chasing meaning than survive without desire. Aim for the sky, even if you hit the rain. Run for the light, even if it ends in pain. There is glory in the trying, there is honor in the climb. Don't fear failure, fear surrender to a small and quiet life. Raise the mark above your trembling, raise the flag above your doubt. Let your heartbeat choose the distance, let your courage call you out. If you miss, you'll miss with thunder. If you fall, you'll fall with grace. But you'll never have to wonder what you might have been one day. Aim for the sky, even if you hit the rain. Run for the light, even if it ends in pain. There is glory in the trying, there is honor in the climb. Don't fear failure, fear surrender to a small and quiet life. Don't fear the fall, fear a dream that never grew. Not failure, but low aim is the thing that steals from you. In great attempts, even failure can be glorious in the flame. So aim high, rise high, and let the world remember your name.
I used to bite my tongue too hard, hide my thoughts behind my guard, afraid that every word I say would push somebody far away. So I stayed quiet, played it safe, and smiled enough to keep my place. But silence started feeling worse, like disappearing in rivers. You can stay untouched by the flame, but untouched means unseen the same. If you want no scars at all, don't climb, don't speak, don't stand tall. Do nothing, say nothing, fade away. That's the price of playing safe. But I'd rather bleed for something real, than never know the way it feels. Every artist risks the crowd, every dreamer stands out loud, every heart that dares to try someday hear another lie. You can create without the noise, you can have truth without a choice, and every path that matters most comes with voices you can't control. Criticism follows light, shadows only form where something shines. If you want no rules to show, never plan, never grow, never risk becoming more, never knock on any door. But I won't trade a living soul for comfort dressed as self-control. What if judgment means you tried, means you step beyond the line? Not everyone will understand, oh, but that was never the demand. and stare. At least I know I really care. I'd rather fail while being true than disappear avoiding wounds. Because a life that fears all pain will never truly leave a name. So I'll speak, I'll move, I'll be, even if they disagree. Because the cost of being seen is still worth paying to me. Yeah. Leave the darkness where it belongs. Yesterday has already sung its song. Yeah, you don't have to carry every broken dream. Yeah, you don't have to drown in yesterday's memories. Take a deep breath, lift your eyes. There's another sunrise waiting to arrive. You can't keep living inside the negative. Open your heart, let the light get in. A brand new day is calling your name. One more sunrise, one more chance, one more reason to dance again. Yeah. Every ending makes room for another beginning. The sky doesn't remember yesterday's storm. It simply welcomes the morning warm. The flowers don't ask if yesterday was fair. They bloom today because today is here. If you feel beside the road, travel lighter with hope alone. Your future needs your courage, not your regrets. Smile before you have a reason. Believe before you have the proof. Sometimes faith is the first step toward the life you're searching for. Turn your face toward the sunlight. Let your spirit run free. Every heartbeat is another invitation to begin again. The world keeps moving, so move with it. Don't let yesterday steal today's joy. This moment is your new beginning. This breath is your new chance. This life is your new story. Leave the shadows, choose the light. Because every morning whispers the same promise. It's a new day. Now live like it.
I chased somebody else's shadow till I lost the shape of mine. The road looked golden in the distance, and it made me curse my own sunrise. Every time I tried to measure my heart against another name, I shrank inside the mirror like I was born to lose the game. But I was never made to copy. I was never made to fit. There's a color only I can carry. There's a fire only your own pace. Their speed is not the only answer. The dream is not the only way. Even if your road is slower, it's still holy if it's yours to take. Don't count your life by their applause. Don't fear the victories they claim. Every quiet step you're taking is building something with your name. Don't compare your soul to anyone. Don't trade your truth for borrowed skies. You insult the heart that brought you here when you forget your own light. You don't need to be another star. You don't need to win their race. Your worth was never in the ranking. Your beauty lives in your own pace. Be kinder to the face you see when the mirror calls you less. Stop counting everything you lack and honor how far you have pressed. Someone else's shining moment doesn't steal the glow from you. We can burn in different colors underneath the same blue. Don't compare your soul to anyone. Don't trade your truth for borrowed skies. You insult the heart that brought you here when you forget your own light. The day you stop comparing, you'll hear your real voice rise. Your worth cannot be taken. Your path is still divine. Only one life, only one life. You don't have to be somebody else. Only one heart, only one dream. You are enough as yourself. I've met the ground more than once. I've tasted dust and rain. I've watched my plans fall into pieces and had to start again. I've heard the word impossible echo through my mind, but every time the dark came closer, I found a spark inside. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. We may fall down on the battlefield, but our hearts won't stay there bleeding. Every loss can leave a lesson. Every scar can light the way. We may encounter many defeats, but we rise again anyway. One closed door is not the ending. One lost dream is not the truth. There are roads beyond the wreckage. There is strength we haven't used. Pain may bend us for a moment. Fear may shake us in the storm, but the soul that keeps on standing I can lose 1,000 battles and still never lose my truth. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. We may fall down on the battlefield, but our hearts won't stay there bleeding. Every loss can leave a lesson, every scar can light the way. We may encounter many defeats, but we rise again. A flame. We may encounter many defeats, but we rise again anyway.
Yeah. One day the clock will stop, the pages will turn for the very last time. No one knows how many mornings are waiting beyond tonight. So why live inside a cage built from fear and what ifs? Why hold your dreams behind the door you'll never open? Remember, life was never meant to be permanent. That's what makes it precious. If time is limited, then fear should be too. Every heartbeat is a borrowed gift, every sunrise a second chance. One more step, one more risk, one more reason to truly live. The greatest prison isn't failure, it's believing you have forever. The mountains don't wait for perfect weather, the birds don't ask for certainty. They simply fly into the unknown, leave the doubts beside the road, carry only what matters. Love deeply, speak honestly, dream boldly, because tomorrow has never been promised. May you stop fearing what you might lose. You finally discover what you're able to gain. The world belongs to those who dare, not because they're fearless, but because they know, but because they know, but because they know. Life is too short to stay half awake. So raise your eyes. Take a chance. Say the words, start the journey. Live so fully that when the final sunset comes, you smile, not because you never failed, but because you never stopped choosing life.
I thought strength was in the staying, in the grip that would not break, holding pieces of a promise long after it began to ache. I called the pain devotion, I called the weight my pride, but some chains look like love when you wear them for a while. I kept fighting for the fire, even when it turned to smoke. Kept pretending I was fearless while my tired hands were closed. But maybe strength is softer than the world has ever known. Sometimes the bravest heart is the one that lets you go. set you free. I thought losing meant I failed. I thought goodbye meant I was weak. But flowers do not beg the winter. For the spring they're born to meet. There are dreams we have to bury. There are names we have to release. Not because they meant nothing, but because we deserve peace. I kept knocking on a doorway that was closed for my own good. Kept asking broken places to love me like they should. But maybe strength is choosing not to live inside the storm. Sometimes the soul grows stronger when it stops trying to hold on. Let it go, let it fall. Let the river take it all. What is meant to leave your life was never meant to be your wall. Let it breathe, let it fade. Let the dawn replace the pain. Holding on can make you bleed, but letting go can set you free. And I will not hate the memories. I will not curse the years. I will thank them for the lessons. Then I'll walk beyond the tears. 'Cause empty hands can open to a sky they never knew. And a heart that stops chasing can finally find what's true. Let it go, let it fall. Let the river take it all. What is meant to leave your life was never meant to be your wall. Let it breathe, let it fade. Let the dawn replace the pain. Holding on can make you bleed, but letting go can set you free. Some of us think holding on is the only way we're strong. But sometimes strength is leaving what we carried for too long. Let it go, let it go. There is grace in moving on. Sometimes letting go is how the heart becomes strong.
Yeah. People only see the light, not the endless sleepless nights, not the years of being unknown, still creating all alone. Everybody loves the rise, but greatness grows where silence hides. In tiny steps repeated slow, long before the flowers show. Maybe brilliance isn't speed, maybe it's refusing to leave. Genius lives inside patience, inside quiet dedication, and showing up again and again when no one understands. Because the brightest flames I've known were built slow as stone. Were built slow as stone. I used to chase the sudden spark, the overnight, the instant start. But rivers carve through mountains deep, not through force but endlessly. Every masterpiece take time. Every dream survives through nights. And those who change the world somehow are the ones who don't back down. The strongest hearts aren't always loud, they simply devotion carried on? What if talent's overrated compared to staying dedicated? What if greatness quietly grows in the ones who keep going slow? Because time reveals what's true to the ones who follow through. So I'll trust the slower climb, the unseen work, the passing time. I'll keep building through the dark, even when it's hard to start. Because one day the world may see what patience created quietly in me. The night was long, the room was still, but something kept burning still. And I realized the fire was patience all along.
I've met the ground more than once. I've tasted dust and rain. I've watched my plans fall into pieces and had to start again. I've heard the word impossible echo through my mind, but every time the dark came closer, I found a spark inside. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. We may fall down on the battlefield, but our hearts won't stay there bleeding. Every loss can leave a lesson, every scar can light the way. We may encounter many defeats, but we rise again anyway. One closed door is not the ending. One lost dream is not the truth. There are roads beyond the wreckage. There is strength we haven't used. Pain may bend us for a moment. Fear may shake us in the storm, but the soul that keeps on standing is already being reborn. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. We may fall down on the battlefield, but our hearts won't stay there bleeding. Every loss can leave a lesson, every scar can light the way. We may encounter many defeats, but we rise again anyway. Let the thunder test my courage. Let the night call out my name. I was not made to be broken by the fire or the flame. If I fall, I'll fall still fighting. If I cry, I'll cry and move. I can lose 1,000 battles and still never lose my truth. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. We may fall down on the battlefield, but our hearts won't stay there bleeding. Every loss can leave a lesson, every scar can light the way. We may encounter many defeats, but we rise again anyway. Not defeated, not destroyed, still a voice, still a choice.
I used to pray for bigger rooms, louder crowds and better views. Thought success would heal the ache, make the emptiness escape. Then the lights began to shine, people screaming out my name at night. But somewhere underneath the sound, I lost the person I had found. Funny how the things we chase can slowly change our face. Success can build you up so high, till you no longer recognize the high you had before the fame, before the world learned your name. Because not every dream comes clean, some crowns are heavier than they seem. Money fill the empty space, but never touch the deeper pain. And every victory I won still left me lonely when it was done. People love the shining side, but never see what they can hide. The pressure growing every day to become what others praise. Sometimes the loudest applause can't drown out who you really are. Success has broken many souls who gave too much to reach their goals, trading peace to climb too far. Still mirrors felt unfamiliar, because the world may love your rise while your spirit quietly dies inside. What if success means nothing without someone to share it with? What if the real victory is keeping who you used to be? 'Cause the hardest thing to save is yourself inside the fame. So if the lights ever find my name, I hope I stay the same. Not in touch, not without scars, but still connected to my heart. Because the richest soul alive is one that survives its own rise. The crowd was loud, the room was gold, but I missed the simple soul. And somewhere beyond the noise, I try to find myself again. We chase the noise, the bigger things, faster days and brighter dreams, counting all the wins we gain, still feeling something unexplained. We build our lives on what we hold, on silver lines and shades of gold. But in the quiet, when it rests, something whispers there's something best. Not in the rush, not in the race, but in the warmth we can't replace. Love is best when all is said, not the crown upon your head, not the fame, not the test. Love is what outlasts the rest. When everything falls apart, love is what remains in your heart. I've seen the highest towers fall, watched strong men lose it all, but the ones who held someone near never truly disappear.
just feel it in your hands. Love is best, not loud or grand, just a quiet, steady hand. Not perfection, not a show, just a place where you can go when the world becomes a test. Love is simply best. We search so far, we look so wide for something we can't define. But every road, every quest leads us back to what is best. Not what shines, not what's new, but what stays when all is through. Love is best above the rest, in the silence, in the mess. Not the victory, not the end, but the reason we begin. When everything else is gone, love is what we're built upon. So hold it close, don't let it go. It's the truest thing we'll ever know. In every life, in every test, love is best.
I feel my world fall into pieces. Every breath was hard to take, like the ground beneath my footsteps was a promise bound to break. Every memory cut like glass, every moment echoed you. I thought I'd never find a way to make it through. They said just give it time, but time fell far away. But hearts don't stay broken forever, even when it feels that way. Time is quietly putting together every piece that slipped away. You don't see it, you don't know, but it's happening slow. And one day you wake up and find your heart is mended in time. I didn't notice when it softened, when the weight began to fade, when your name lost its power over every thought I made. It wasn't loud, it wasn't clear, no sudden shift, no grand repair, just a quiet kind of healing happening somewhere. It didn't ask for me to try, it just kept moving me inside. 'Cause hearts don't stay broken forever, even when the night feels long. Time is slowly pulling together all the pieces that went wrong. You don't chase it, you don't see, but it's setting you free. And one day you'll realize you've been healing all this time. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe healing isn't something that you force or understand. Maybe it's the quiet moments slipping gently through your hands. Every step you keep on taking, even when you're feeling done, is a part of something stronger that you're slowly becoming. So let your heart break if it needs to. Let the pain come and go. Time will carry you through it more than you could ever know. Every tear, every scar isn't as permanent as they are. 'Cause even the deepest wounds you find will be mended in time.
One bad night doesn't end the sunrise. One closed door doesn't own the street. One lost fight doesn't write the whole life. One heavy fall is not defeat. I've been down where the silence gathers. I've worn out like a second skin, but a broken moment's only a chapter, not the ending I'm living in. Don't mistake the wound for the story. Don't mistake the rain for the sea. You can lose one round and still rise in glory. is not the last page. This is not the last breath. This is not the last chance. This is not your death. You are more than one moment. You are more than one bruise. You are still the one fighting. You still get to choose. Never confuse a single defeat with the final defeat of your soul. One scar is not the whole journey. One crack cannot swallow you whole. Stand again when your heart is shaking. Breathe again when the night feels deep. Every ending can be mistaken. Never call one loss complete. One bad night doesn't end the sunrise. One lost fight doesn't own your name. A single defeat is only a doorway to rise and begin again.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there comes a quiet moment when everything stands still. A crossroads in the darkness, a test of heart and will. No trumpet sounds around you. No spotlight fills the sky. Just a choice that waits in silence and asks you who you'll be tonight. Most people think that destiny is written somewhere far, hidden in the stars above and beyond where they are. But destiny is not a mystery or something left to chance. It begins the very moment you decide to take a stance. Your destiny is shaped the moment you decide. The second you choose courage instead of fear inside. One decision can change your life. One choice can change your year. One step can build a future that once seemed nowhere near. I remember standing frozen with the dream inside my hands, knowing that my whole tomorrow depended on one chance. I could stay where it was safe, keep walking the familiar road, or risk becoming something more and carry a heavier load. The fear was loud, the doubt was real, the future wasn't clear, but something deep within me said your answer starts right here. Not next week, not someday, not when conditions are right. The life you want is waiting on the choice you make tonight. Because every great adventure begins with a decision made. Every mountain ever climbed started with a step toward the unknown way. A ship doesn't discover oceans by remaining at the shore. A dream never becomes reality by wishing for something more. Action follows decision, and destiny follows action. The people who transform their lives first choose a different direction. Honestly, the hardest thing is not the work ahead, it's making the commitment and trusting where you're led. Saying I will try, failure might appear. Saying I will continue even when the path isn't clear. That's where lives are changed, where futures start, not in comfort or convenience, but in a determined heart. A heart that says I'll do it, a heart that says I'll grow, a heart that chooses purpose even when it doesn't know exactly how things will unfold or where the road may bend. Because faith isn't seeing everything, it's
morning sunlight touched my face and painted gold across the day. A quiet breeze began to sing and carry all my fears away. Above me stretched an endless blue, without a single cloud in sight. The kind of sky that gently says everything will be alright. And I wondered for a moment, standing in that light so true, how can I stay lost in sorrow when the world is shining through? The sun is still rising, the sky is still wide, beauty is waiting just outside. As long as I can see the sunlight, as long as I can feel the breeze, there's still a reason to keep hoping, there's still a reason to believe. Sometimes I forget to notice the miracles that fill the day, the laughter hidden in the distance, the colors dancing on the way. I spend so much time chasing answers, looking far beyond the hill, that I miss the simple wonder standing with me still. The sun is still rising, the sky is still wide, beauty is waiting just outside. As long as I can see the sunlight, as long as I can feel the breeze, there's still a reason to keep hoping, there's still a reason to believe. The world is not perfect, and neither am I. There are tears that fall and dreams that say goodbye. But even through the heartache, the morning finds a way to place another sunrise at the beginning of the day. The sun is still rising, the sky is still blue, and every new morning begins something new. As long as I can lift my eyes and see the light above, I remember life is filled with beauty, hope, and love. The sky keeps reminding me there's always more to see.
You're chasing something far away, a distant light you cannot hold, counting all the things you miss, while letting go of gold you think is somewhere else you'll find. A reason just to feel alive, but all the while it's passing by, right in front of your eyes. If joy feels out of reach right now, there's only one thing true. You're looking at what's missing, not at what's with you. Everything you need is here, right inside your hands. Every breath, every moment, more than you understand. You don't need another dream to finally feel alive. touch your skin, the quiet space you're breathing in, the simple things you overlook are louder than they seem. It's not about what you don't have or what you're trying to become. It's everything you already hold but keep on running from. You don't need to chase the world to find what's real and true. Sometimes the greatest happiness is already with you. Everything you need is here, closer than you know. Every second you're alive is more than you've been told. You don't need to look ahead or leave this place behind. The joy you're trying to find is in this very time. What if nothing's missing? What if this is whole? What if everything you need has always been your soul? Everything you need is here. You don't have to run. All the light you're searching for has already begun. In the life you're living now, in the breath you take, the joy you've been waiting for was never far away. Right here, right now.
Have courage for the heavy sorrow, the kind that shakes your soul at night. When the world feels too big to carry and you're too tired to fight. Have patience for the little troubles, the quiet storms that fill the day, the waiting rooms, the broken moments, the words that don't come out the way. Not every battle needs your thunder, not every wound must heal by dawn. Sometimes strength is simply breathing and somehow still moving on. So do your work with honest hands, give what you can, then let it fade. When the day is spent, your spirit, lay your burdens down and pray. Go to sleep in peace tonight. You don't have to hold the sky. Rest your heart, close your eyes. God is awake while you're tired. Let the stars keep watch above you. Let the dark become a veil. You have done enough for today. Grace will meet you where you fail. There are mountains made of grief, there are pebbles in your shoes. Both can make the journey harder, both can steal the joy from you. But courage walks through deepest valleys, patience walks the crowded street. One is fire in the midnight, one is faith on tired feet. When you've carried every question, when you've done the best you could, when your hands are worn from trying and your heart is still not understood, do your work with honest hands, give what you can, then let it fade. When the day is spent, your spirit, lay your burdens down and pray. Go to sleep in peace tonight. You don't have to hold the sky. Rest your heart, close your eyes. God is awake while you're tired. Let the stars keep watch above you. Let the dark become a veil. You have done enough for today. Grace will meet you where you fail. You are not weak for needing rest. You are not lost because you weep. Even the brave must lay their armor. Even the faithful need to sleep. Tomorrow has its own mercy. Morning has its own courage for the great sorrows. Have patience for the small. When your daily task is finished, you can release it all. Go to sleep in peace tonight. Let your weary spirit break. You can rest inside the silence. God is awake.